Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Cats. Today we're playing some more Layton Brothers Mystery Room. I always forget the name of the game as soon as I open it. And today we're doing file number 4, The Walking Corpse. It's also difficulty 2. Dustin Scours. I love the character names. I've been playing the new Ace Attorney game lately. I was going to Let's Play it, but I've been having a bit of trouble with my 3DS capture. And I think you guys should buy that game anyway because it's great. If you like this game, but wish it was a little longer and more in-depth and had even better characters, play Ace Attorney. Play that entire series. That is an amazing series. Anyway, let's see. What voice am I going to give you? Here, mind if I barge in on ya? Hello, Justin. Is it that time already? Nah, I ain't come to do the cleaning just yet. I got a funny story you might be interested in hearing, that's all. Oh, what's that then? The walking corpse, I call it. You believe in that sort of thing? Don't be daft, Dustin. Corpse is a corpse, dead as a doornail, and no better at walking than one. You reckon? Well, me big bro's seen one with his own eyes. And what more, was possessed, being controlled by a demon. Intriguing, Dustin. Tell us more. Aye, now you got me hooked on this tale now. Come on, let's hear it. Thought you might say that. I got the whole thing written down here on this file. I'd no doubt you two will figure out what's what with it. Don't you worry, Dustin. Every puzzle has an answer, as they say, and the prof always finds it. Good to hear. And if you can't help me, bruv, while you're at it, that'd be diamond. Your brother, Dustin. How's he involved? Okay, let's hear about this. This is very interesting. A fascinating case. That's how the prof described it. But fascinating wasn't the word. It was mighty frightening. They were deep in the South American jungle in a tiny cliff-top hut. The victim were an archaeologist. He had an axe planted in his brow. Okay, there were 4 suspects. Well, 4 human ones and someone else. Nearby the villagers were saying it was the work of a demon. But demons don't exist. I was sure of that. Once we'd finished working on this case, though, we're a bit wiser. Demons do exist. Oh, aye. File number 4, The Walking Corpse. I think I'm getting a little better at doing Lucy's voice, don't you think? I see. Dawson did a good job of talking us into this one, didn't he? What do you mean? Let me explain the case a bit. A small group of archaeologists were carrying out a dig at the ancient site in the South American jungle. The day after they commenced the work, the body of the group's leader, Dr. Archaeology, was discovered. Murder, is it? Well, this is what we know. Ology and his crew had made what was thought to be a very significant discovery, a curious stone idol. Hey, what a creepy little chap. Back at their hotel, the team asked the proprietor if he had a safe place where they could store their finds. He recommended a small hut at the top of a nearby cliff. Oh aye, cliff tops provide natural defense, don't they? I remember that from second year geography. That evening, a local who'd been helping out the dig presented the team with some homemade liquor. Keen to celebrate their great find, Ology and another member of the crew started drinking. It was the middle of the night that things started to go wrong. The phone rang at the front desk of the hotel with a call from the hut. It was Ology on the line screaming, "It's a demon! It's going to kill me! Help!" The proprietor rushed over to the hut, but the door was locked. Apparently, it's a special lock that has only one key, which is impossible to duplicate. The proprietor, a man by the name of Micah Sasukasa, had no choice but to break the door down. Hey, must be a burly fellow then. Yes, but the scene that confronted him inside the hut would have made even the toughest of men wince. What were in there, Prof? Ology's dead body with the axe that killed him lodged in his skull. Nasty. An even more unbelievable turn of events followed. Ology's lifeless corpse got up and lunged to attack. Give over! There are apparently 2 witnesses, despite the apparent impossibility of the incident. Hey, I've got chills running down my spine now. The ensuing investigation revealed another interesting fact. The stone idol the team had found on the dig had completely vanished from the scene. Apparently it was possessed by a demon. Come on, Prof, you don't really believe it was the work of a demon, do you? That's what was rumored around the case among locals in the area. Don't you think we maybe should leave well alone in this case, Prof? Well, we can't. The local police are detaining one of the archaeologists who was asleep outside the hut. There you go. You see? It was no demon, it was a human. I knew it. Well, that archaeologist is Dustin's brother. Hey? What? Oh, Dustin? Who dropped off all papers before? Yes, our Dustin, the cleaner. Looks like the only way to help his brother is to identify the culprit. In that case, let's get stuck in. My thoughts exactly. So let's consider the possibilities. There are 4 suspects. At first, we've already said Dustin's brother, Doug Scowers. On the night of the murder, he and Ology were drinking together alone. Unfortunately, they got drunk, and now Scowers can't remember what happened. If you want Dustin's brother, I'd be a little more suspicious of that. Well, Lucy, he's still a suspect. We can't rule out the possibility that he's guilty. The next suspect is the owner of the hotel, Micah Sasukasa. Mikasa Tsukasa, that's his name. The owner of the only hotel in the vicinity of where Ology was digging. Okay. Strongman but timid. Oh aye, he's the fellow that recommended they use the hut in the first place, eh? Then we have a local by the name of Chico Coretta, who lives in a village near the site of the dig. He was working with the team as their guide. He's also the person who gave liquor to Ology and Scowers. That's a bit fishy. Finally, there's Mariana Etista. Okay, Mariana Etista, a young woman who works at the Sasukasa's hotel. She's the one who heard Ology's dying screams over the phone. That doesn't look much like a murder, I must say. That's all our suspects. There's a number of very peculiar things about this case, but the biggest mystery is how the murder took place. Aye, because when Sasukasa got to the hut, the door was still locked and shut from the inside, weren't it? Yes, and the only window in the hut is barred, making it impossible for anyone to get in or out that way. So, where did the killer disappear to then? Or indeed. Those are all the details we have so far. With so little information to go on, I'm sure you'll find it hard to guess who the culprit is. But still, what's your gut feeling, Lucy? Always start with your gut feeling, eh, Prof? Absolutely. Right, well, I can't say this case doesn't give me the willies, but I'll give it my best bash. Let's investigate the crime scene real quick. Right, let's see what we can deduce. Okay, here we are. Do you think you'll be able to look around enough in 5 minutes? Aye, no trouble, Prof. Cool. Let's start with this bottom thing in the corner, because I'm not sure why this would be anything. Alright, the window has iron bars. Here's crate A. Alright. Ancient weapons, okay. None of the contents have been taken in those. What's here? Fishing tackle? Alright. And a suitcase. Archaeological data made of aluminum, looks weighty and remains unlocked. Alright. Let's look at this table. 2 glasses on it. Alright. Need the drinks. Some signs. Very large signs, if I might add. Photo notes. Alright. Stone idol, crate C. Scowers and Coretta's fingerprints are on it. Okay, local liquor. Strong yet easy to drink liquor. It stained the floor. Alright. Let's save the body for last. Crate C is empty, which is where the idol was. Crate D, lid remains nailed down. Okay. I wonder if the other crates were originally nailed as well. Oh, there's a chopping block outside. Okay. Can I zoom in here? There's nothing here. What's this? Here's the door. There's evidence that prints were wiped off the knob. Okay. Coat hook. A metal coat hook affixed to the wall. It's large and sturdily built. Nothing was hanging on it at the time of the incident. Direct connection to hotel reception. Alright. Outside we have dug scours and a screw, which is interesting. A small screw made of pure brass covered in mud. Interesting. It's a very small detail, so it's probably very important. Oh, let's look at this blood stain. Massive hemorrhage from his head. Elongated shape because apparently he got up and walked. Which doesn't make any sense. Hot key. Only key to the hut was found in the victim's pocket. Axe lodged in skull. Jacket collar is ripped. A splitting axe for making firewood. It appears to have been planted in Ology's brow, squarely in front of it. Okay, all prints have been wiped off. His jacket collar is ripped. That's very important. Alright. I'm going to think about the culprits. I think it might be Coretta. He's the only one I can think of. Well, as far as I can make out, the killer must have been that Coretta lad. Very good, Lucy. We're in complete agreement. Good, okay. I knew I was on the right fellow. Yes, let's see, I'm 95.1% sure. Okay. I'd very much like to interview Mr. Coretta in person. I wonder where we can find him. It might take us a while to track him down with him living in the middle of the jungle, eh? Let's just bob out and see what I can do, alright? Are we gonna try to call him for interview? That's interesting. Hey, Prof, we're dead lucky. Coretta's right here in town. It just so happens he's doing a spot of sightseeing. Uncannily convenient, but still, let's not waste the chance to call him in then. That's not... Already done. He's on his way now. That's very strange. Good, then let's quickly go over what we know about the man before he arrives. Well, he's an expert on the ancient site. He speaks some English, so he were a good choice as a guide. Yes, it seems English speakers are in short supply in the village where he comes from. Hey, did you know this, Prof? It looks like Coretta and the Chisa lass are engaged to be married. They do make a champion couple, they do. Yes, they seem like a good match. Shame he's a prime suspect, eh? Here he is. Look. Right, let's get to the truth. Alright, let's see how this unfolds in front of us. I know he has to use the fishing rod because the collar of, of Ology's jacket was ripped, which means it was probably hooked and pulled. Hello, you must be Chico Coretta, are you? Hola, you can call me Chico. I'm Alfendi Layton. I'm an analytical investigator. Feel free to call me Al if that's easier for you. And I'm Lucy. I'm the prof's assistant. It's nice to meet you, Al and Lucy. So I hear you've come over to do some sightseeing. Mariana, she tell it to me that I come here. It is very nice. Well, we're very sorry to call you in like this and mess up your holiday. Is no problema. Hey, yup, what's with the mask? He's my happy face. Crikey, makes him sound different and all with that thing on. Hey, amigos, you want the gift? I buy these cookies just before. It's for you. Oh, thanks very much. Very kind of you. Hey, yup. Isn't this for mashing? It's tea, not bickies. Wait, see, it's right here on the box in massive letters. Oh no, I make mistake. Not another mask. How many of them things you got? Am I correct in thinking, Mr. Coretta, that while your spoken English is excellent, you can't read or write it? Okay, he can't read or write. I speak is good, no? I understand. You understand me, see? Aye, it's wonderful. They're not to get excited about. So let's get down to business, shall we? We're investigating the murder of Dr. Archaeology, as I'm sure you're aware. We would very much appreciate the assistance in the matter, Mr. Coretta. Will you be willing to help? Si, I help muchos. Excellent. So let's start by examining the corpse and the murder weapon, shall we? Aye, the walking corpse. That's a real mystery here. Then there's the hut door to consider, of course. Somehow the victim was killed in a room locked from within. It's not the work of humans, it's the work of diablo. Keep your scary ideas to yourself, please, Mr. Coretta. A fascinating theory. Oh, come on, Prof. Right, well then, let's start our investigation of the scene. Alright, where are we starting? So, where do you want to start? How about we talk about, well, the murder weapon. I've explained this all already, but just in case I wasn't clear, I want you to find the murder weapon. See, of course you find the killing weapon first of all things. See, I know that. But the murder weapon is the axe. I'm guessing. I can't think of anything else that would be the murder weapon. I mean, wouldn't they have a autopsy at this point? It's very easy to see, no? Indeed, after all, it's lodged in the man's skull. Alright, pardon me for stating the obvious. You know, I see this axe somewhere before. See, somewhere near the hut. Perhaps the killer picked up the axe from nearby. See if you can figure out where it might have come from, Lucy. The weapon came from outside, where they were chopping wood. How do I... oh, zoom out. Right here. Chopping block. Well, what's an axe used for, eh? Splitting wood, of course. Yes, an axe wouldn't have been out of place here. See, this here where the axe was before. I am many times cutting the wood while Mariana, she's talking with me. So the killer must have grabbed the axe from here before heading into the hut, eh? See, it's like that. So would anybody have had access to this axe then? See, of course, everyone working in this place must take their turns to cut up the wood. It doesn't tell us a fat lot then, does it, eh? No, perhaps not. Okay, let's turn our attention to something else then. Alright, so we know the murder weapon is the axe. Let's look at the corpse. We'll deal with the difficult thing later on. Now let's examine the body. That moved even though it was dead, you mean? He's the diablo who killed this man. He's the diablo who made the dead man walking. No, I can't believe it. Let's see what our investigation uncovers. Come on, Lucy. Examine the body. Okay. So, investigate the body. No other injuries are evident. Alright. Well, this is it. The walking corpse. Yes, a grim sight. The axe is still lodged in his skull, rather deeply at that. He's dead very quick this way, no? See, I think so. It's no laughing matter, Mr. Coretta. The question is, did the corpse really move or not? Is there evidence to suggest that it did? Well, the blood, of course. The blood of corpse. The blood of corpse. This is evidence. Well, there's this blood stain here. Look, it's like the body was dragged across the floor, or dragged itself. It's certainly hard to deny that the body did indeed move from this chair after death occurred. Now, we must ascertain whether it moved by itself or whether somebody moved it. It's the diablo who moves the dead, senor. It's punishment of the gods. Dead folk can't move. Dead folk can't move about. That'd be too frightening to contemplate. There's no point in wildly speculating about what happened. Let's simply continue our investigations. Okay. Are you... we're not... okay. We're just leaving it at moved for? Okay. When the hotel proprietor and Miss Atista came running to the hut, they found the door locked. Yet when Mr. Sasukasa broke the door down and went inside, the killer was nowhere to be seen. How did he or she pull off that one then, eh? Maybe it passes through the walls? Or it makes itself minusculo and squeezes through the bars of the window? Both rather far out ideas, thank you, Mr. Coretta. We're looking for something more based in reality. It's the Diablo, this killer, is not worried about the reality. Let's take the possibilities one by one. We'll start by examining the window, shall we, Lucy? It's definitely not possible that they came in through the window. And the window's also behind them. So I don't think that the fishing line was thrown through the window either. There's just one window in the hut, but with these iron bars on it. No, there's no way someone could have gone through here. But if you are a Diablo and you make yourself like a minusculo stone figure, then it is possible, see? No, it was a human who committed this heinous crime. But I agree, he had the devil in his heart. Oops. I skipped the line. Right you are, Prof. Let's have a look. Investigate the door. Thick wooden door. There's evidence that prints were wiped off the knob. Hey, it's a tough looking door, this. There's something rather odd about this door. Oh, is that Prof? Never mind for now. Looks like the door was definitely locked. There can be no question about that. Couldn't there have been a duplicate key though? It's a very special lock. There is no possible to make the duplicate key. Señor Sasukasa, he is always telling us it is so. He's something very proud of. And that one and only key was found inside the hut. I think we'd best take a look at that key, don't you? Good idea. Yes, do you think you can find the key to the hut, Lucy? Leave it to me, Prof. It's inside. Yes. How do I zoom out again? Zoom out. Go here. And in his pocket is the hut key. Over here, Prof. I found it. It's a key to the hut. The victim's pocket, was it? Very interesting. I don't suppose the killer could have got the key back in Ology's pocket from outside after locking up. See if the killer is Diablo. What's up, Prof? Something caught my eye when we examined the door before. There's something peculiar about it. Peculiar? What? There's something different about the hut door that's quite different from other doors. See if you can spot it. Okay. Driving me around in circles a bit here. Zoom out. Let's look at the door. Hinges. Oh, there's a screw missing. Brass hinges affixed. Okay, one of the screws is missing. Hey, Prof. There's a screw missing from one of the hinges here. It's not the only peculiarity. The hinges themselves are unusual. That's what's been making it stand out to me. Really? What's funny about them? It's normal to fit these hinges on the inside of the door. Think about a normal house. If the hinges were fitted to the outside, it would cause problems, wouldn't it? You can see why, presumably. Well, they can just rain might corrode them. Door could be removed. Yes. Someone on the outside of this door could have opened it by removing the hinges. Exactly. No matter how unusual the lock is, simply by removing the hinges, anyone could get inside with ease. So what you're saying is, the hut wasn't necessarily the impenetrable fortress we've been led to believe it was. So we've cracked it. I realize something like this is possible. Incredible. It's a little too soon for celebrations, Lucy. We need some evidence that the door was really removed in that way. Look for the missing screw. That's likely to tell us something. No problem, Prof. Well, the screw's right there. I can see it from here. Zoom in and screw. Here it is. Here's that screw, Prof. So those are on here as we suspected. Good work, Lucy. But it's rather more grimy than I expected. Perhaps what? Never mind. Let's just have forensics check it out for us. I'll get over to them straight away. Good. We'll have to continue investigating the scene while we await the results. Well, we finished though. We're still no closer to figure out how the corpse went walking though, are we? No, and that tantalizing mystery is That tantalizing mystery would seem to be the key to this whole incident. It is proof that the Diablo is coming here for us. Give over. It's no such thing. Still, we have gleaned some very important information. The hinges. I can't wait for forensics to get back to us with their report. I think you are wrong, because it's the Diablo who made this man dead. No, it weren't. No, it weren't. It was a human that's done this, like you or I. Why don't we consider the motive for the crime while we're waiting for forensics to get back to us? The motive? Yes, there's a very obvious reason for this murder. Okay, let me figure it out then. Let's see now, the motive.